Okay, I am back. So, I want to do a transformation confessions. It's definitely time for one of those because there were some people that they were checking out the 75 Hard Challenge, and I know it was very interesting to you. If you don't know what the 75 Hard Challenge is, it is basically doing 5 hard things. So the 5 hard things were: 1, you need to pick a diet plan, and that plan could be any plan that you choose it to be. The second thing is you need to drink a gallon of water. You have to take a progress pic every day. You also have to read every day as well. And the kicker was that you needed to do 2 45-minute workouts. So I think I got today around day 16 or 14, somewhere around in there, and 14 or 15. But it became extremely hard for me for a reason. But it definitely became extremely hard for me. I was like really tired, and I was just like pushing through it. And I decided, like, let me pause a minute, because I might have like a medical issue, because I have never felt that way in my life. So that being said, I definitely said, okay, unfortunately, I am going to have to pause on this and revisit it after I go to the doctor. Because the thing about the 75 Hard Challenge is that if you do mess up on any of the 5 things, then you have to start over, right? So I didn't want to have to start over, but it was getting to the point to where I was so tired and feeling so bad that I really just couldn't keep going. Hey, bro, I'm talking about that 75 Hard Challenge that I was doing. So what I ended up doing was I ended up finding out when I did go to the doctor. That's when I did find out I was pregnant. So that made sense of why. It was actually at my niece's party where I started the questionable behavior, where I was outside walking. I got so tired. It was hot that day, but I got so tired that I went in the car and fell asleep. And I'm supposed to be at the skating party. So that was like an indication that something was wrong, but I wasn't sure. So I was like just pushing through it. And that's how I ended up stopping the 75 Hard Challenge. But now, since I found out I was pregnant. So I'm around 3 months pregnant now. So I've given myself time to like adjust. I know that I'm going to continue to go through changes and everything, but I'm giving myself time to adjust. And now I'm going to start another challenge, but this will not be a 75 Hard Challenge. This will be, I'm calling this a More in You challenge. So the More in You challenge, that will include 5 challenging things. So it will not necessarily be hard, but it should be challenging. So what this challenge will include for me, because I do encourage people to design your own challenge, do what you need to do for you. So, but include these things. So you could use my challenge as a guide for something that you might want to do for yourself, right? So the first thing with my challenge is going to be to drink at least 64 ounces of water instead of a gallon. So with the 75 Hard Challenge, and you can look it up, because if you want to do 75 hard, go hard or go home. You know, I feel you on that. But if you are like me, where you do have a health condition and you cannot push yourself that hard at this time in your life, then I think the More in You challenge that I'm doing might work better for you. So I'm going to do 64 ounces of water. And my goal my ultimate goal, that would be my SMART goal, but my ultimate goal would be to drink half of my body weight, which is going to fluctuate a lot. So that may be tough, but my bare minimum, which a SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So my bare minimum water intake will be 64 ounces. I am not going to put myself on a quote unquote diet, but what I am going to do is portion control in regards to what I'm eating. So with portion control, I am going to use a fitness app. So it's going to either be my Fitbit app, or it is going to be either my Fitbit app, or it's going to be MyFitnessPal. So I will have to log every day what I'm eating, everything that I'm eating. The third thing, when it comes to exercise, I will have to do, my SMART goal would be at least 20 minutes per day. Because I feel like even if I'm walking, for 20 minutes, bare minimum will be 20 minutes a day, or the 10,000 steps with my Fitbit. Now, I love the Fitbit, so that really motivates me. So that's what I'm doing for exercise. And let's see. On the fourth one, I definitely will keep the reading up. From the same thing with the 75 hard, is I definitely will be reading as well. Continuing reading through the Bible this year. So that is really, really important to me. But am I to the fifth thing? But the fifth thing that I will add to this challenge that wasn't in the 75 hard challenge would be prayer and meditation. So I may do that through journaling. I may do that on the app, but I'm definitely going to spend some time. And I definitely plan on either writing it out on the app, or I plan on doing that through my journaling, because I really want to be very conscious of making sure I'm doing that every day for 40 days. Why 40 days? Because 40 days is just, is very symbolic. There's multiple stories in the Bible where that 40 days were so significant in building your faith and pushing yourself when it comes to your faith. So that's what this challenge is about. It's not about losing weight, obviously, because I'm about to gain a lot of weight. But it is about mental toughness and committing to something and doing something because you are committed, not because you're going to get a certain result. So yes, I'm going to get results from doing this, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I plan to be the best me that I can be. So that being said, I will definitely share the details of what I just spoke about in the notes. So then that way, if you want to start, we'll be starting July 5th. So that way you can have your fun and eat what you want to eat, and not have to log it or anything like that. And we'll see what the results will be. I do have one person that is doing this with me. So you'll probably see more videos of me posting about how it's going, because I think it inspires other people. It kind of motivates me to also keep going no matter what. And then also with this challenge, the last thing that I'll say, and I will wrap it up, but with this particular challenge, if I miss something, right? The last challenge was if I missed it, I had to start all the way over. But this challenge is if I miss something that day, like say if I forget to log a meal, or say I didn't do 20 minutes of exercise, I did 10 minutes of exercise. Or I didn't drink 64 ounces, I drank 34, whatever. The goal to have to redeem myself from that is to do better than the day before. So instead of starting over right away just because we messed up once, then I've got to do better than the day before. So if I only drank 34 ounces, then I need to drink a little more than 64, because my bare minimum would have been, hey, it's Karen Robinson. My bare minimum would be the 64, right? 64 ounces. So if I messed up, then I need to get more than the 64 ounces. So that's what happens if I do mess up in the challenge. Or same thing with exercise. If I didn't do at least the 20 minutes, then that means to get back in the game, then I need to do 30 minutes. I need to do better than the day before. Because what I hated about the 75 hard challenge was that if you mess up, then you just, I got to start all the way over from day one. And I was like, there's got to be a way to redeem yourself, you know? So you will have to kind of figure that out for yourself if you decide to design a more in you challenge for yourself. But I definitely encourage anybody that wants to become better, design your own challenge, design your own fitness challenge so that you can't give yourself any more excuses. So even though I am pregnant, yay, I can't let that be the excuse of why I just let myself go, right? Because after I have the baby, I still have to continue these same habits. So I don't want to lose any of the habits that I have worked so hard. I got to post another pic. Man, maybe tomorrow I'll post one. But I've worked so hard to transform. And, you know, just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean that I should stop. I'm going up this hill, y'all, and let me tell you, and I'm walking so slow. That's the thing. That is the thing about being pregnant, is because you definitely can like get out of breath and you're like, what? I do this, like, because anybody that knows me personally, hey, Lady T, anybody that knows me personally knows I'm always walking, I'm always jogging, always going to some fitness class. Like, this is my lifestyle. But now being pregnant is just harder for me. But just because it's harder for me doesn't mean that I get to stop. Doesn't mean that I get to quit. So I can be out of breath, even though I'm walking, you know, I can be out of breath or whatever, but I have to keep going regardless of the situation. So sometimes you got to tweak stuff for yourself. You got to tweak it, but you still got to make it work for you, even if you're not getting the results that you want. Because what I noticed is with 75 hard, I was busting my tail to do it. And at first I was dropping a little weight and then I just stopped. So I think I was definitely pregnant. And you can lose weight while you're pregnant, especially if you're overweight. And I definitely was a little overweight anyway. So the weight that I did lose, it was probably because of the push, but I would have probably lost so much more if I wasn't pregnant trying to do that. So I'm definitely trying everything that I can to hold on to all of the habits that I have, which are currently the water, drinking the water, the portion control, the exercise, the meditating on the word of God, the prayer, all of that. That is a day-to-day lifestyle. So if you're not doing any of those things, you need to start doing it. Even if you don't want to challenge yourself the way that I do, that works for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody. Challenges work for me. So that's why I create them and I share them, because of the feedback that I get. So sometimes people don't post online and they don't share online how they feel. But when they see me in person, they're like, oh my gosh, I watch your videos and they inspire me. So that's why I share what I do, because I am a coach and I am a mentor. And my goal is to encourage and inspire people to achieve their goals despite the obstacles. So my goal is to be healthy and is to be fit, but I do have an obstacle. And the obstacle is a good obstacle, but the obstacle is pregnancy right now. So I got to keep it pushing regardless. I'm not sure what PM means unless it means DM. But yeah, that was it. I will probably check back with everybody on my day 1, which is going to be Monday. That's going to be day 1. So I'll be posting. It's definitely going to be a challenge for me, because when I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, okay, this is why I'm so exhausted. So it is hard. This is going to be hard for me. So this is my version of the 75 hard challenge, because it's like these days I don't want to do much of anything except what I have to do. I'm just tired. But that's okay, because regardless of being tired, that doesn't mean that you get to give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're legitimately tired, you don't get to give up on yourself. So that being said, that's the More in You challenge. I'll do my best to detail it a little more for those that actually want to join me. And then you can always DM me or comment or whatever if you feel so inclined. But I try to end every video with, no matter what you're going through or what you've been through, always remember there's still more in you. And that more in you is God. Just in case you didn't know. Okay, until next time.